So, I have a question for a few people, maybe. Uh, are you not tired being a slave of your own emotions? More like being a hostage of your own emotions. To the point where you just literally are so overwhelmed a lot of the time, where you cannot control your emotions and it spirals. Your emotions start to burst out from your body and it becomes physical. I'm talking with the people who, instead of getting help, instead of going to psychologists, instead of learning, let's say, to be a better person, they continue to stride the path of destruction. I know it sounds cringe and so on, but as a person that used to do that, to become physical, either to hurt yourself or others emotionally or even physically, maybe. All I want to say is it's time to literally stop. It's a reminder because by being mean to others, you're being not kind to yourself as well. I know it sounds stupid, but it is. There might come a day when you'll regret all of this and you won't be able to change it no matter what. And when I think about it right now, it's even embarrassing. Like, how could I have done that? So, I'm making this video as a call for others. I don't want to say this, but you are not alone. I know it is hard to stop. It's maybe like an addiction because you don't know the another way. Maybe you have been raised like that. And people say it's not a reason to be an abuser. Yeah, that is for sure. But also I just want to say that you literally just need to stop. I know it's hard, and the way for me it works, or maybe for the way for you it would work if, for example, you, I hope YouTube doesn't take this down, uh if you, for example, hurt people, to literally distance yourself from people. That might be your only possible way of stopping to stop what you are doing right now. Another possible way, even though it's not a healthy way, but if you abuse others, um, to turn that on yourself. I know it's not a good thing, but that might be a start. Because the way I believe is that your body is yours, you can do whatever you want as long as you're not really hurting others. And for the people who like to, like, for the people who actually abuse themselves, uh, I'm not really experienced on this a lot, but I remember seeing stuff on internet, for example, instead of putting a plastic knife upon yourself, plastic knife, YouTube, uh, you can just take colorful pens and draw on yourself. For example, you can put more pressure on it so you would feel the pen on your skin. But yeah, drawing might be one of the ways. Or for example, getting a tattoo. getting more tattoos on your body, or drawing with hna. I don't remember how it's called. The Indian paints that people use to paint their hands, for example. You can use that. Um, there are many more things. For example, if you expect to get the adrenaline from it, you could do, like, let's say, dangerous sports. Not that it's dangerous, for example, jumping from the bridges, of course, when you're tied, or jumping from planes with parachutes and so on to get that adrenaline. But I understand that that stuff costs money. So at the end of the day, you just need to look and find for ways to not be destructive. Especially if, for example, if you have a hard time managing your emotions, it's not embarrassing, it's not unmanly, it's not crazy to go to psychologist, to go to psychiatrist and get medicine, to get medicated and to regulate your emotions, at least by medication. That might be your first step, actually. Because, speaking from experience, for example, you might only regret doing the things you did on the brink of your bygone era, for example. And that's even worse because your life is ending and you can't do anything about it. If you regret it earlier, then yeah, you might start to heal, not not only others by, for example, if you did them really bad, just distance yourself from them, but by healing yourself. Even though I would like to say you don't deserve it, I don't deserve it, God forbid, we will never be forgiven, no matter what. Even if you believe in God, you will not be forgiven. No. Mm-mm. And you won't really forgive yourself even though you believe you forgive, but you won't. So it's just a call for people to stop. I know that, for example, that might be your literally just upbringing, not upbringing like nature, for example. For example, you enjoy seeing others suffer and be in pain, and that's even harder to break free from. And I've seen people comment like these people should like be soldiers, be doctors and so on, but I'm not sure about that because in those positions you might do even more damage sometimes. I don't know. I want to like have more talks with other people about these important things, but the thing is, people don't want to speak about these things. So that's why I'm bringing this to the internet. Because we need to speak about these things. Because bad people exist in our world. Sometimes those bad people are ourselves. And it's important to acknowledge that fact. And I don't care. You will be like, no, I will just continue. That's the easier path. That's more what I like, and so on. No, just no. Don't do this to yourself and don't do this to others. That's all I want, is for me to share these experiences and to say that no matter how funny it sounds, it's time to stop. I know it's gonna be extremely hard because you might literally black out in those moments and you won't even, for example, remember how it happened, how you felt, for example. But then, if that happens, you need to tell others that you are that type of person and to be careful. or to ask for help. If you see me being destructive to an extent to stop you, you literally need to ask for help. Because if you can't help yourself, I know it's hard, I know it's embarrassing, I know you don't want to talk about this with anyone, but it's just, don't do this to yourself and to others. At the end of the day, you are also hurting yourself, even if you are hurting others. Yeah, so that's it.